Tomorrow marks 29 years since a deadly tornado torn through the Fort Smith and Van Buren area. On April 21st, 1996, an EF3 dropped down on the west side of downtown Fort Smith just after 11 at night, damaging a number of historic buildings. 2 children died as the tornado moved through the north side of the city. The tornado then crossed the Arkansas River, tearing into homes in Van Buren, where it destroyed nearly 1,800 homes. But tonight, we're digging into the 5 News vault, taking a look back at that night and then the cleanup that followed in Van Buren. Former 5 News reporter Brian Black was there as people sifted through the damage.
As the sun rises on Van Buren, it paints a picture of mass destruction. The stillness of the morning is wrestled away by the sounds of cleanup. Rhonda Wheeler is one of the first to return home.
All my kids' pictures were in the pool yesterday, the baby pictures.
It just looks worse every time I come back.
As morning passes into afternoon, more people begin the grueling task of grabbing what wasn't blown away or torn apart by the twister.
Went to your door.
By mid-afternoon, politicians like U.S. Congressman Tim Hutchinson begin their trek into the area best described as a war zone.
The likelihood is this is the worst, at least in money terms, worst tornado to ever hit Arkansas, so it's pretty bad.
Hutchinson says he will lobby President Clinton hard to declare Van Buren and Fort Smith federal disaster areas. This cracked photograph symbolizes what has happened in Van Buren. Lives have been torn apart, homes have been destroyed, but what really matters, the people have survived, and one day will smile again.
This is 39 years of our life right here. And my husband told me this morning about 3:30, he says, well, we're going to start over just like when we were first married. I just hope we don't argue as much as we did then.
You have to laugh a little,
yeah.
don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Besides being very destructive, a tornado can also be very strange.
Yeah.
In this home, the twister picked up this porcelain mug, blew it into the wall, where it now sits and reads, "God's promises are forever." Despite the incredible devastation, not one person was killed in Van Buren.
The storm also dropped a tornado in Madison County near St. Paul, killing 2 people almost an hour after the storm moved through Fort Smith. And just days later, as the cleanup started in downtown Fort Smith, the old Eads Brother building on Garrison Avenue caught fire, sending massive flames into the air. The Goodwill store next to the Eads building was also on fire. Nobody was inside the building due to all the damage.